Up to be good eggs, the double yolks again in 2033. So I told them that I have put that on our calendars, and we will gratefully and happily be there. So when the nominations came up for a good egg, immediately Diane Garneau came to my mind, as it would to many of us, because we all remember Diane for her loving and caring guidance for our children. Sometimes she was paid, but as the good egg criteria states, there were so many times she just went above and beyond anything that she could possibly have done. We know that Diane recently went to be with all of heaven's children, and I really think that she would be honored to have us think of her. Diane was a homework coach, as I call her, to our son Scott, who is now 34, and also with Diane in heaven. Hopefully, he was there to welcome her at the pearly gates. I hope you remembered his manners. She tutored him through kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Every time she came up, there was always something else that she wanted me to know. How else can I help them? What else can I possibly do? How can I make this work? In the 80s, we didn't really have special ed programs. Scotty just needed special help. But she did help instill in him that he could do it, that he didn't have problems. He just had to learn a different way. So she told him that he was very, very capable and he was not stupid. He could do it. For an hour spent with Scott, she spent an hour with me asking how else she could help. Later, I became a credentialed teacher, and I kind of moved up and I was in charge of classrooms. But she never stopped asking me what she could do to help me with those special needs students. So her insights and everything that she learned, I just ran with, and she was just so helpful. In keeping with Diane's love for her students, she came to my son's graduation party. In 1999, Scott graduated. Oh my God, we just never think that was going to be happening. We were so happy. But she showed up and bearing gifts. I mean, this is a kid she's tutored when he was at Tularcitos, but she sort of showed up to his high school graduation. And that was just amazing, and I have pictures of her with him at his graduation. We also know that Diane suffered through many cancer episodes, and she was the patient, as Pete told me, who questioned conventional medications. She researched everything she could find. She found studies to support it. As her husband Pete said, she was told that those studies haven't been proven. Basically, if one is not a medical doctor, those students don't count. Well, in typical Diane fashion, she kept going to those meetings. She found her own way and her own guidance. She spent countless hours at the community hospital library. She helped me and others learn that we need to be our own best advocate for our health and healing. I was at Diane's memorial, and I was moved by so many people, students. I mean, a lot of you who are here tonight were there. So many of them spoke. We had students who spoke who don't usually get up in front of a crowd and speak. There were students of mine that are still at middle school who got up and spoke, who remembered her. There were students at Carmel High. One of them who came to mind, and I actually called and got a quote from her, is Emily Rohan. You'll know her mom has Paradise Catering. And she just shared with me, how special Diane was to her. And for Emily to get up, who was a, quote, special ed student, and speak in front of a crowd was a huge thing. I also called and talked to Dave Cheney, who also spoke at Diane's memorial. And Dave, for 30, 40 years, was a special ed teacher at Carmel High, taught both my boys, and he says, I don't know where Mark would be, his son, if she had not taught him to believe in himself and to not give up. Dave called her drive an inner drive. And something only a sped teacher would say was burn hot. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that means, and those of you who know Dave Cheney might have to ask him. But he's so proud of his son, and his son is now in education, and he attributes a lot of that to Diane. So we all strive to make sure that we leave some love and kindness behind on our own wings. President Lincoln summed it up when he said, "No man is so tall when he stoops to help a child." And that was Diane. Thank you, Diane, for your gift to the children, cancer survivors, and dear friends. You are and have always been a good day.
Yeah, come on up here, Pete. We got it right here.
Very nice, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
This is great.
Here you go, sir.
Uh-oh.
You don't have to say that.
Well, I guess I'm probably her oldest student. If she were here, she'd still be working on me. But this is definitely such an honor. I so appreciate it. And I know she would. She always believed in little people. Because, it was always the future of everything that we all hold dear is with our children. And she always tried to teach the kids how to learn, not what to learn, and to find their own path. And she was really good at it. And I was trying to think, and I sat with the family to think of other things, because Cindy said, was she involved in anything else that I don't know about? And we all decided that, she spent 2 to 3 hours a night on the phone with parents or with older students that she wasn't to. And it was her whole life. And I'm sure she's happy with this. Thank you very much.